Hi, love. Welcome back to our series about how to love yourself. Now, a lot of people will talk about how important it is to love yourself, and they'll talk about how important it is to start with you and things like that, especially when it comes to love. They say, like, how you can't love someone if you can't love yourself. And that's all true, but it's not super helpful, right? Because usually when someone's telling you that, they're not telling you how you actually go about loving yourself. So that's what we're doing in this series. If you missed number 1 and number 2, go check those out. Number 1 was about how to stop criticizing yourself. Number 2 was about how to stop scaring yourself. Those are super important. And today we're talking about the third tip in our series, which is how to be patient and kind and gentle with yourself. Now, I want to just say, because I love her work and definitely want to attribute credit for everything where it goes, because I just absolutely love her work and it's the right thing to do. Louise Hay is the one who really pioneered these concepts of how to love yourself. She's an amazing metaphysical teacher, someone I've been following for quite some time and has just tremendously inspired me in so many ways. So these are tips that she has taught for a while, and I want to share them with you and show you how they apply to relationships, loving relationships specifically. Her work is a little bit more broad, and it talks about how to love yourself in general so that you can create broad changes in your life. And what I want to do is show you how to apply these things to loving relationships, to creating loving relationships. Because it's true that until you understand how to love yourself, you don't have anything to give to someone else, right? You can't give to others what you don't have yourself. So the first thing is to fill yourself up. And it's not something that you have to accomplish all in one day. It doesn't have to be something where you force yourself to do it and it feels really hard. It's something that you do very gently. And that's the thing that we're talking about today, is being patient, kind, and gentle with yourself throughout the whole process. Now, when you think of patience, a lot of times it's a great idea to remember a garden. Okay, so when you think about the changes you're making in your life, the changes you're making in your mindset, think about it in terms of a garden. So in a garden, you know that it takes time. You accept that it takes time for the changes to happen. And it's such a great metaphor for patience, because no one expects that you're going to plant things and then just get instant whatever it is that you planted, right? You know that it's going to take time. And I want you to think about that in terms of the changes you're making for yourself. Have faith instead of fear. Have faith that the changes you're making for yourself are taking root and that they're going to blossom. So that's the first thing. And also realize that just like in a garden, you choose what gets planted there. And weeds are going to spring up. And when you recognize these negative thoughts, these weeds that spring up in your mindset, you can pull them immediately so that the flowers, the new thoughts, and the new beliefs that you have for yourself can take root and can blossom. So you get to choose what goes into your garden, and you need to have patience about those things growing. So that's the first thing. The second thing is about being kind to yourself. Sometimes we're more kind to other people than we actually are to ourselves, right? And one thing that helps my clients a lot that I've seen, I had a client once, and he was very upset about this relationship that he was in, and he was feeling that he was not being treated the way that he deserved to be treated. And one thing I advised him to do that worked beautifully for him, and I've had other people do this as well, is imagine that you have a child. Okay, so imagine, if you're a woman, and most of my viewers are women, so I'm going to use that example. Imagine that you have a child, okay, who is in their early 20s, and they're experiencing the same problem in a relationship that you are experiencing, or they're experiencing the same kinds of self-doubt that you're experiencing right now, the same kinds of self-defeating thoughts that you're having right now. What would you say to them to encourage them? What kind of care and love would you show to them? And I want you to do that for you. Do that for yourself. Because so many times we forget to be gentle to ourselves and we don't know how, even though we know how to do it for other people. So now I want you to do it for you. So that's what I want you to think about in terms of being patient and in terms of being gentle with yourself. And the other thing I want you to think about is being kind to yourself. One of the things that we do where we are unkind to ourselves is that we don't allow ourselves to learn new things by making mistakes. We're so afraid that we're going to make mistakes, or we're so punishing to ourselves for making mistakes that we become paralyzed and we can't grow. So be kind to yourself. Know that you're going to make mistakes while you learn a new thing. And all of these mindset shifts are new. They seem like they're simple things, but these are the keys to huge shifts in your life if you actually do these things. You know, the way to get what other people don't have is to be willing to do what other people won't do. And I think that that's you, because that's why you're here. So, even though some of these things might seem very simple, and they are very simple. They are easy to understand. They are simple things. But incorporating them into your life means taking action. And that's the step that the majority of people don't do. And that's why they still get the results that they're getting. So since you're here for a new mindset and to learn how to love yourself so that you can create loving relationships, I want you to take action and actually create that mindset for yourself and see the miraculous changes that happen in your life. And it won't only be in your love life. It will be in your love life, certainly, but it will also be in every other area of your life. And I so want to see that for you. I'm so excited to see that for you. So as those changes are happening, please comment and let me know about the new changes and the new things that are happening in your life as you incorporate these things. I would love to hear from you about it. So join us next time for the next tip. We're down to the tip number 4 for our series. So thanks for being with me today, and I will see you in the next tip video.